Hello traders out there in Traderland, my name's Dez here at Grok Trade, and this is the weekend edition good through Sunday, April 21st, 2013. Time of this video, we nab both of the bombing suspects of the Boston Marathon. Good to have those guys, one dead and one caught alive. But now Boston can rest. Prayers still go out to all those on the East Coast. On Friday, markets in the week very bullish. However, for the week, it's the biggest drop that we've seen in 2013. Markets are down 2% for the week. But Friday, the S&P was up 0.9%, the Nasdaq was up 1.25%, and the banks confirmed that move, up almost 1.5%. VIX got smashed. The volatility index, the fear indicator, drops dramatically down to nearly 15% in the red. Now down below 15. Gold up 0.9%, silver break even, crude oil down 0.8%, and the US dollar up 0.18%. Take a look here at the markets. If you'll remember, and if you don't remember, go back and watch my weekend edition last week, and you'll notice that I said watch for a bearish week. I did not know that we would have the biggest drop that we've seen all year long, but that was a sizable drop. Now I'm saying this next week, look for a bullish week, but I doubt it will be as bullish as the bearish week we just came out of. I think that we will go bullish. This is the S&P daily chart, and I think that we're going to get a bounce off the rising 50-day moving average. I think we're going to come up. We could stall at the 20-day moving average, just like we did here. And the 20-day tends to be a gravity spot, so just be watching for that. We could hit our head and stall there, but definitely this trend line. And I think if we do come up and hit this trend line, that's going to serve as some resistance that we're going to pay attention to. And looking at the weekly here, the weekly tells me that we have a decent chance of dropping, but let's blow this up. Remember, you can always go full page, go full screen, watch this in high definition, but we went down, 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 down. We have this trend line coming higher. We found some support in that region, came right back up. So because we found that support, I think that going into next week we're going to have a white candlestick, and I think that will start to build a red white series going across here, building a high base, flying plateau type formation for us to leap from going into the future. This is the monthly chart. The problem with looking bullish going into the futures is monthly. We go higher, 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 and there's a major trend line coming across here. We were above it. We touched that 1600, and I said, watch this, we'll get up near that 16 and retrace, and sure enough, that's exactly what we did. However, we're stuck here. The month's not over with yet, so if we do go bullish in the next week, we could go higher, and we'd like to see some sort of close above this major trend line. That would be important. Now, this is the monthly chart on the Nasdaq. Very important that we look at this, but we're in this big rising wedge. It's showing relative weakness. You see we hit our head here and dropped, hit our head here and dropped. We did not hit our head here, and we did not hit it here. So this is showing relative weakness. We're having a hard time getting off this lower floor here on this chart. So this looks like it's going to want to get weak. However, if we're going to get bullish, we need to bounce off of this support line right now and start to head higher and bust through this area. If you look at a weekly chart, you'll see that we popped up. We're just chopping around. Here's this white red seesaw type formation. It's being built above this swing here, so it's building that formation, that topping area that could give us something to launch from. But there's a lot of resistance up above us that we're going to contend with. On the daily chart, we broke a lot of support. We're below the 50-day moving average that could act as resistance, but we did bounce off of this area coming across here, and it's a 3166, 37 area, and this is an area that we're watching for. We did bounce off of this, and now we have a bullish harami, a large bullish harami, and we need to get some follow through here to the upside, but we have resistance here, so this could be the kiss of death. We come up with his bear pullback, touch our head, and then drop. So something to watch for. On the banks, on the daily, we're in a downtrend, lower swing high, lower swing low, but we're on the upswing right now on this daily, but we're in the wrong trend. We're in this big rising wedge. You'll see it here on the weekly chart, and we're dropping, but this is a very nice bull pullback with a hammer type formation, bouncing off the rising 20-day moving average. If you go here to the monthly, another rising wedge. If we start to break down here, be looking for selling opportunities in the markets if that were to happen. Quickly look here at the VIX. We still staying complacent, very low areas here on the monthly chart. On the weekly chart, we popped up but gave it all back, coming back down. And on the daily, wow, we had these big pops and big sizable drop. But I want to show you something. This is right at 15, a support area. If you go across here, you'll see that this area was major support right here, and that's precisely where we're at right now. So be watching that. And let's take a look at gold. This is a daily chart on gold. Big drop, major gap here. It was going to want to fill. We're starting to rise higher here. The problem is there's no volume. It's this on this rise, volume is dissipating. So not a lot of buyers coming in right now. On the weekly chart, big gap down, but we have a massive hammer with a huge gap here that wants to fill. Major volume taking place here. So there could be a buying opportunity take place. Here's the monthly chart on gold. We down. Big drop, finding support at the rising 50-month moving average. So let's see if this wants to rally back and hard. If we fill that gap, you're going to see this a big long lower shadow of buyers coming in. So be ready to buy if that were to happen. And for people that like silver, there's a lot of you out here. It never did pop up for a buy opportunity here on the monthly chart. We actually keep going lower. We are below the 50-day moving average, and on the weekly, we have support, and we actually close below that support on big volume. So it's showing a lot of weakness right now on the weekly chart and on the daily chart. Just this low base formation, big volume. It is dissipating, but this is big relative volume compared to where we've been, especially for a base or a sideways motion. Having that much volume just shows a lot of uncertainty out there in the markets. And taking a look here at Google. Now, Google had this big pop and our major run on Friday on major volume, and it broke a lot of resistance, including the 20-day moving average and major trend line. So this looks like a buying opportunity here. This has since engulfed all this, but we need follow through. I want to see it get higher, say over $800, $806 or so before I'd be interested in this. And on the weekly chart, you'll see this beautiful bull pullback to a support area. We have a higher high. This dude looks like it's ready to go. We are at a resistance line coming across here. It's a big long line right there, resistance. If we can keep going higher, this dude should take off. On the monthly chart, just a choppiness here above some support areas. Apple, everybody's interested in this. Here's the monthly chart I was telling you guys about. Big pullback, gang, but it's dropping on dissipating volume, not too bad. But check this out. We're hanging up here at the 50% Fibonacci retracement here on the monthly chart. There could be a buying opportunity right here. But if we do go lower, the area that I'm looking for is 355, 356 area. That could be a major area of support, and that could give us a buying opportunity if we were to get down there that low. Not sure it's going to. On the weekly chart here, big drop so far for the week. We have the rising 200-week moving average that could give us some support, something to be watching for, but this broke down on some nice volume. And on Friday, you'll see here that we have this gap down, run up. This is an inverted hammer reversal pattern. We do have a falling wedge here that could be bullish, but I think we're on the wrong side of this support level. We really need to get above it if this thing's going to go. I do not like this volume on the sell side of things, so you have to be really careful with Apple here. Facebook, on the daily, a nice pullback, big choppy pullback. Hopefully it's finding a little support here. We could get this double bottom type formation. On the weekly chart, pullback here, little sell off. We need to get back above the 20-week moving average. And on the monthly, a nice bull pullback. This thing could be ready to go. I'll probably regret sharing this publicly, but it looks like Samantha loves Grok Trade. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for sending in pictures. So anybody that sends in pictures, be happy to share those. And thank you, Amanda. And sorry you did not give me your names, but thank you very much. And it looks like you guys are from Mexico, I see, and sisters. Nice to have you, and thank you for the picture. Dr. Jason from the Dominican Republic, thank you very much. And not sure if this is one of our students or not, but I've sent in their trading system. I really like this a lot. I love this sign. It says, never ever trade without a stop loss. And an easy button right here. It's great. Love it. Sector rotation. On Friday, healthcare, consumer goods, financials doing fairly well. I'm seeing financials get stronger going into next week. I would imagine financials in the middle of the pack here for the week itself. Utilities, healthcare faring the best, but those are defensive sectors, so it doesn't surprise me those did the best here for the month. You see healthcare and utilities, defensive sectors doing extremely well, with financials just right in the middle. So be watching that a lot. Basic materials taking a major hit. On Friday, basic materials, it's in the green, but it still needs to bounce back a bit. And right here, there's 6 tutorials, videos. You'll get them every 2 days, and they are very helpful. They're going to be between 30 to 40 minutes in length. Very helpful on trading. Put in your first name here, your email, and you'll immediately get your first video. They are WMV files, so they're going to be harder to play on a Mac, but will play perfectly on other PCs and computers. And a new partner of ours, Rachel Fox, actress, well-known 16-year-old stock trader, successful stock trader, and we like that she's on board with us, and be looking for her on the financial networks, and she's been all over them as of late, and she continues to be so. So thank you very much, Rachel. Take care, all. Hope the very best. Remember, trading can be a very lucrative business. Treat it like a business, not like a hobby. A hobby of trading could be very expensive. There's nothing more expensive than paying market tuition. So remember, formalized trading education is your friend. We can help you out with that. And make sure that when you trade, that you always remember that capital preservation comes before making a profit.